Agile model is also a particular module in project management, which is also the iterative and the adaptive model. So the Agile model is an iterative and flexible software development approach which is focused on collaboration, continuous feedback, delivering small incremental improvement frequently. Now, as we saw in the waterfall model, what is happening is that they want to do everything at the same time. If they have 5 features that they want to develop, they will develop all the 5 features, they package everything into one, and then they release it. But the agile model, they focus on delivering small and incrementing everything, improving incrementally. So now let us say if we have to develop the same application as we develop in the waterfall model, we have these 5 features that have to be developed for the restoration store. What is going to happen is that they are going to take these 5 features and they break it into sprint. Right, they break it into sprint, a sprint which stays for a period of 1 to 4 weeks. They say that okay, in this first sprint we are going to work on this particular part of the project. This is the goal that we are going to work. We are going to work on feature one, and they take their time, they develop that feature one very well, and then they release that feature one to the users. And also, one of the power of this agile model is that there is collaboration. We saw that in the waterfall model there is little collaboration between the teams, but in the agile model there is a lot of collaboration between the various teams, collaboration between the various stakeholders that are involved in that particular application, the various decision makers, even with the users themselves. This permits them to get feedback from the user at every moment, feedback from other teams at every moment, so that they will actually be able to develop an application that is acceptable to the user and which meet user requirement. But with the waterfall model, there is little collaboration and feedback is always at the end. So now let us say in this, if for example we are in the in the agile model here, at this particular stage here, which is the requirement gathering, what is going to happen is that after the teams have gathered all the requirement, they are now going to sit down. All the teams are there working, designing everything from scratch. It's not that the development teams will sit on their own end and every other team sit on their end. All the teams comes together, they sit together, they think together, they gather everything, and then now they think on how they can design, develop, test, and do everything. Right, everything is being done in collaboration. There is a lot of communication between the various teams, and even when they are designing everything, they always get to the users and ask their feedback, or they get to the various stakeholders that are responsible in making decision regarding that particular product, and they ask their feedback. Are you comfortable with this? Is there a particular change you want us to make? And after they get all those changes, that is when they will now go and be able to continue the work. So there is continuous feedback. After the requirement, they get feedback. After the design, they get feedback. After the development, they get feedback. There is feedback at all the various stages, and the feedback process is continuous, and this permit them to be able to deliver high quality software which meet user need and which does not take long to be able to deliver. And also the strength of this model is that it is flexible to changes. Unlike the waterfall model where there is little flexibility, the agile model is flexible to changes. So changes can be done on the application, can be done on the requirement, can be done on the resources, can be done on any part of the project that is necessary at any phase, whether it is at the deployment stage, it is at the testing phase, it is at the development phase. At any phase, appropriate changes can be done to be able to deliver high quality product to the users. And it also encourage collaboration and customer feedback. Customers are not isolated, they are involved in the process, and when they are involved, they give positive feedback that permit the teams to build well and do everything adequately. But despite all these advantages that this model offers, there are still some limitation. And what is the limitation of this model? The agile model focuses primarily on the development teams. We saw that the software delivery process is made up of two powerful teams. We have the development teams and the operation team. But the agile model now focus primarily on the development. It doesn't care much about on the operation team. So the operations team still feel themselves disconnected. There is this collaboration between the operation teams and the development team. It is still not adequate. It is still not flowing as it ought to be. As a result of this, there are deployment and infrastructure challenges. All these which could be solved if the various teams were working together or if the various teams were collaborating together, right? So this is the big problem. Software development is not only about development. Deployment of that application is important to, because you can develop the application, but if the application is not deployed, or even if the application deployed and it crashes every second, users will not actually be able to perform their duty on that application. They will not be happy on that application, and that application can cost the reputation of the company. It can cost even in dollars or in amount, depending on the use of that particular software. So this is very important. So the agile model does not focus on the operation team. It focuses mostly on the deployment, on the development team, and as a result of that, there is still a big gap. Collaboration issue is still existing. Communication issue is still existing, and as a result of this, there is a need for something that can be able to solve this problem. There are other software development lifecycle models like the spiral model, the V model, the prototype model, and you can search more about this. Despite these, there are still some challenges because all these have different approaches, and this model struggle with bringing dev and ops teams together in order to be able to enable continuous delivery. And that is the problem that DevOps have come to be able to work to solve all these problems.